Are they playing?
To order at 6:30. Would everybody please stand and pledge?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amber, please know board members and admins present. Board, you have an agenda in front of you. Are there any changes? I would entertain a motion.
I will motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll support.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0. Next up, we have the consent agenda. The approval of the meeting minutes from November 18th, 2023. The committee of the whole meeting from December 2nd, 2024. And the committee of the whole meeting closed session December 2nd, 2024.
And make sure I'm saying this right.
The approval of accounts payable. It's $749,057.96 for the month of November 2024. The approval of the treasurer's report dated November 30th, 2024, with a balance of $3,511,614.49. The approval of new hires and resignations. Retirements. Lindsay?
We had middle school social studies, Mr. Percy Devan, he resigned, and then we have our officer, Deputy Murphy, has been promoted to a different position, so he is going to be, we have interviews tomorrow, so we're wishing Mr. Murphy well, but he is resigning from his position, will be appointed another one. And then new hire, we have none, but we do. We actually just received notice today that Mr. Jacob Bauman will be filling in the social studies position. So we will get that on the next agenda, but just FYI.
Thank you. At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll support.
Roll call, please.
Walker. Oh, sorry. Davis.
Yep.
Shute.
Yes.
Will.
Yes.
Horsey.
Yes.
Smeltzer.
Yep.
And Davidson.
Yes.
Everstein.
Yes. Motion carries 7-0. Next up, we have reports. Community input on agenda items only. So at this time, if you'd like to make a, nobody said that?
We did.
Did anyone sign
We gotta
up?
get the sheet.
Thank you.
Okay, you'll have 3 minutes.
Oh, it's not an agenda item.
Okay, so you're gonna be on the next one.
It'll be quick.
Anybody for agenda items?
So Nate, we're clear on this one. Thank you.
Okay, next up we have the PSATs, 1,000 plus, with Bethany Stanton.
So we recognize students that take all of our 8th, 9th, and 10th graders take the PSAT. So it's basically practice tests to take the SAT as an 11th grader. And so we want to award and recognize some students that scored very, very high on that. So we have our counselor at the high school, Miss Bethany Stanton, here to be able to help give those awards out.
Good evening. As I call your name, students, please come forward to accept your award. Charles Adair, Gwendolyn Cook,
Yeah, we're going to line them up. Okay.
Sophie Corsi, Lauren Gates, Grace Gibson, Alexis Hannes,
We're going to line up over here, guys.
Bradley Hubbard, Zane Lenz, Charlotte Lochner, Carly Nig, Jaden Rowe, Hannah Shields, Clayton Sommers, Hayden Vandercook, Piper Weenick,
Piper's here. Good job, Hayden. Piper.
Elsa Callender, Lexi Coburn, Brooklyn James, David Oliver, Luca Poor, Catherine Priest, Emily Baker, Colson Blake, Samuel Booton, Allison O'Connor, and Addison Walden.
Can you guys line up in 2 rows for us to get a picture?
Yeah, you guys might have to do windows.
Alright, so can anyone that's taller swap out
You guys can probably move backwards.
or take a half a knee?
There's someone short of time.
Go like this.
Samuel, you can probably
yeah.
move back one.
Hayden and Piper.
I think in
was
the
gonna say,
back
I can't
row.
see the girl in the back.
Yep. There we go.
Piper, can you come up front, honey? Thank you. I know you're so excited about it.
Everybody smile.
J Rams on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Good work, guys.
Parents, thank you for taking the time to bring them here to celebrate with us tonight. We really appreciate you too. All right, so the rules are you can stay for the whole board meeting, or if you want to leave and go home, now's the time. Bye, everyone.
Merry Christmas!
Bye.
Come on, Corsi.
Happy Hanukkah! He's going to the game. Good job, guys.
With a Z.
I heard her say it a few times. Be either of them these days.
Jose.
3 for 3, Bobby. Well done.
Good job, Dan. Thanks for coming, bud.
Whoa. It really cleared out.
Okay, next up we have the Safety Transportation Facility Committee update. Nate Spencer.
We can tag team.
Oh, good. We literally just had that meeting. So.
You
It was a wonderful meeting.
So we had a committee meeting prior to this meeting and just discussed safety, transportation, and facilities. And we had, let me go to my notes real quick. For safety, we have been working on a reunification plan in district. So if and when an emergency should happen and we need to relocate our students, we have that plan in place and underway. So we're really proud of that as a district. We also have put some other measures in place to get Go Guardian in place, which is a program for students on their Chromebooks are monitored by staff so that they're making sure that they're using the Chromebooks for academic value versus playing games on there. I updated you guys already on the SRO, so Mr. Murphy is taking a promotion, so we are interviewing tomorrow for some candidates to replace him. I say replace loosely, but we're hopeful. We have some hot spots and hard lines in the offices so that if and when internet goes down or if our what are they called, announcements go down, that we have some backup measures in place so that we don't have to cancel school. For facilities, our facilities team has been working really hard to work on some grants for funding for us so that we're offsetting some of the funds that we just naturally have to run a district. We also, with facilities, got an update with the bond. So our football field has had to have a little bit of tender loving care over the last year. We're very hopeful that some of those issues are resolved, but we're going to wait and see how after the next season is played on what it looks like. Our multi-purpose room is treating us well. We're able to use that, and we just a few little punch items that we're working on with our bonding organization just to wrap things up. And then transportation, we are currently leasing 2 buses rather than renting those out. We'd like to purchase those, so we're working through those agreements right now. And then our vans that were purchased last spring are no longer going to be housed here on campus. They're going to be housed over in transportation, and they will be taking over all of the policy and organization of that. So that's our update for safety, facilities, and transportation. Anything else, Nate?
Yeah, no, I think I'm good. Anything else you may have Lindy tell you? No, okay.
Good, thank you.
Shoot, that's out.
No, it was perfect. I love it.
One thing I'm very excited about with all of the hard work everyone's putting in with grant finding or finding funding otherwise to help our students is one thing our students have been trying to get for quite some time is new filtration water filling bottles areas. And Frank was able to obtain a very nice grant for that, and that hopefully will be happening in the next year or so.
Yep.
So I am very excited about that. That is something they've been
For
asking
adding
for
that. Yep, thank you for adding that. Because they did come to you guys and ask for that, so now it's coming alive.
on a regular basis. It's very exciting.
Thank you, guys. Next up, we have business items for discussion. The monthly budget discussion. You have anything for that?
We don't have anything for that. We had our next cow. Philip will be going over our budget in that, and then also with the budget presentation in January.
Okay, thank you. Next up, we have the first reading of policies 5340, 5330.02, policy 7540.09, 8321, 5500, 3120.08, volume 39, number 1, policy 6550, policy 3710, policy 6114, 6325, 7450, 6112, 4110, 6110, 6111, 3110, and last, policy 1130.
And if I can add some value to these numbers, the first policy, 5340, is a new cardiac policy. So that's a new one that Chris said, hey, Neola's taking these on. We need to adopt this. He did say we could do it in a 1 read. And then also with the policy 3120.08 is a new cardiac policy. So we'll have to adopt that and come up with a cardiac plan, which, you know, like anything, the new AEDs came along. That was the new policy. This is just one of those as well. And then the rest of them are edits or updates that Chris has provided for us as his position with Neola. And then just to clarify, policy 7310 versus policy 3710.
Thank you.
Yeah, just for the recorder, if you're using that, Amber.
Next up, we have communications, public participants. I have Eric Curtis. You have 3 minutes. Please state your name for the record. Are you guys all coming up together?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, hello everybody. We're here in support of Teresa King to be our permanent principal at the high school. We have a couple of people that wrote some letters that couldn't make it tonight. I'll just start. This is my 26th year here, and she's done an amazing job in just the couple of months that she's been in our building. She's our 4th principal, I think, in 6 years. It's been rough. And I think the number one thing I think she has brought to the building is just a sense of peace. And she's very organized. She communicates very well. Like, we know exactly where we're going and what we're supposed to be doing, like, every week. And she's nice and smart, and I really like nice and smart. So that would be my push for her. And the kids seem to really like her as well. So I think that's important too. And her and Brian seem to work well together and kind of each do their own role, and there's no like overlap or like fighting or anything like that. So, and I'll just read this short one. So it says, while I regret not being at the meeting this evening, I wanted to provide a statement of observation to the board. I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve here as a teacher this year. I also want to thank you for the opportunity to work with Mrs. Teresa King. I've been teaching for 32 years, and I'm very impressed with her effective leadership in the building and purposely thoughtful interactions with staff and students. In my humble opinion, as bold as the move was to have her serve as principal while also wearing other hats, it would be that much wiser to offer her the position permanently, and that's from Mr. Plague, who's one of our new English teachers this year.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Brandy Smith?
Thanks. Hello. All right, I'm just going to read one from Amanda Brinks. She said that please consider keeping Teresa King as our official principal at the high school. In my 13 years of experience here at GA, the transition to having her as our principal has been one of the smoothest. She's dedicated to our students and really offers to work alongside the staff whenever we need to come up with solutions. She's an asset to GA, and I hope we never have to lose her. As a district, we need to retain highly qualified individuals to help grow the academic success of our students. This is cute. It says, Teresa King as principal is the answer. Kind of like a little campaign. It's cute. This one just has some bullet points. I'm not sure who wrote it. First one said that Teresa King has been an advocate and support since this person started here last year. Her ability to genuinely listen and deeply care for her staff, both as individuals and the whole team, speak to her ability to manage big picture while supporting day to day. It says, Teresa has the best interest of students first always, and knows how to support teachers so that we can maintain the best interest of our students first as well. The third one, she does not hesitate to delegate or ask for help as she has navigated this new position. She has the ability to recognize and employ the strengths of others to create an effective team environment. And lastly, Teresa comes to the table again and again with fresh eyes and an open heart, and I believe that mindset makes her an excellent long-term candidate for this job. And I agree with both of them. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Teresa Shepherd?
Okay. Sorry, I had to go out and congratulate my student on that PSAT. So I have one from Kayleen O'Donnell, and then I have something for myself. Is that okay? I put myself on there twice. Okay, so from Kayleen says, I, Kayleen O'Donnell, the business and CTE teacher at the high school, am writing to express my enthusiastic support for Teresa King to be appointed as the permanent principal of Galesburg-Augusta High School. Over the past 4 years, Mrs. King has demonstrated exceptional leadership, a deep commitment to student success, and a clear vision for the continued growth of our school community. Her appointment as a permanent principal would bring much-needed consistency and stability to a role that has been frequent turnover in recent years. As you are all well aware, the high school has faced significant challenges due to the turnover in leadership, having had 4, now 5 principals in the past 5 years. This lack of continuity has created disruption that have impacted students, staff, and the broader school community. Appointing Mrs. King as the permanent principal would provide an invaluable sense of stability and ensure that the progress made under the interim tenure is not lost with yet another transition. Under Mrs. King's leadership, the high school has already seen meaningful progress. She has prioritized student growth and well-being of implementing innovative academic programs such as additional intervention needed on Fridays, fostering a positive school culture for being consistently present, increasing community engagement with monthly newsletters and staff engagement with weekly emails filled with following week's information, prioritizing student success and being a role model to fellow educators and leaders by supporting each individual in the district where needed. Hang on, it's more. I personally experienced Mrs. King's kindness, expertise, and thoughtful consideration in my 4 years at the district. I would not have succeeded in my first year as a teacher without her guidance and support. She arranged a professional development day for me to meet with a teacher from another district to support my needs as a first-year teacher and provided multi-classroom observations for constructive feedback to lessen the anxiety of formal observations and to increase my knowledge of best teaching practices. Her support during my years at GA has proven to be invaluable. The benefits of appointing Mrs. King as a permanent principal extended beyond stability and guidance. It sends a clear message to our students and staff that their efforts and success under the leadership are recognized and valued. It also ensures continuity in the implementation of long-term plans and initiatives, which is vital for sustained growth and improvement. For these reasons, I strongly urge you, the district, to support Mrs. Teresa King as the permanent principal of Galesburg-Augusta High School. Her leadership, vision, and dedication make her the ideal candidate to guide our school toward a bright and successful future. Thank you for your consideration. I'm confident that your decision will prioritize the best interests of our students, staff, and the broader school community. I'm really not sure I can follow that up. So my marker bullet points compared to this essay on the front. So that's kind of, well, she said a good job. I'm not really sure what else to say. A couple of things. She's super open-minded. We really like that. From a union standpoint, I didn't hear what Eric spoke about. So we meet with her every Friday, and that has been phenomenal. This the communication, right? Like, hey, how do we do this? Or, hey, should I do this? Or what does this look like? And then we were able to go back and have a meeting with the staff, and like just things have been really like calm and relaxing, and like, hey, we check in with the staff on this because this is getting a little lax here or whatever. And like we had a little meeting, and the staff felt really good, like lots of clear communication. Like follow kind of in Lindsay's footsteps. Lindsay does like the weekly thing, and you know, she kind of followed that right in. I call her TK because it's weird for me to say my own name out loud, so sorry. But the communication has always been really good, right? She doesn't like to have a list of things to do. So like if you say, hey, we need this, she's like getting it done because she's not like, I like to have a list and mark them off. No, she likes no list, right? Like, which is great, however that works. She's pretty transparent about how things done. And like, I don't know. She had a really great transition. I was really worried about it. Like I was one of the people that was like, I don't want Lindsay to leave because things are going smoothly and this is not going to work. Right. Lindsay and I had lots of conversations about it, but that's going really well. I'm happy about that. So I think we should keep Teresa King. So I hope you guys appoint her and don't make us interview people because, well,
We're going to want her anyway.
we don't want to have waste anybody's time with interviews.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you.
We appreciate you guys coming and letting your voices be heard at the board meeting.
Thank you.
We did bring more staff with us. For support. This is our support.
Is there anybody else for public comment?
Thank you guys.
Have a Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Next up, we have business items for decision.
I'm gonna make a motion to resolve that the GACS Board of Education temporarily suspend bylaw 0131.1 effective until the next regular meeting of the Board of Education.
And that allows us to do one read, right?
I need someone to second it.
Oh, I support.
Board, is there any discussion? I'll just say that we have to suspend this policy so that we can do the one reading of the cardiac policies, and then the other ones we can do with the one reading without suspending the policy because they are just typos and formatting. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Davidson,
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Shute,
Yes.
Davis,
Yep.
Wilkes,
Yes.
Horsey. Yes. Meltzer.
Yep.
Everstein.
Yes. Motion carries 7-0.
Do we have to say it all again?
Yes.
I think so.
I just want to make sure we don't have to put them on the agenda again.
I can roll through it real fast if you guys want. Or we say the rest discussed and discussion.
Okay, so the first reading of policies, I'll entertain a motion.
So you want all the policies read? Okay, so I'll motion to approve the reading and adoption of Neola policy updates to the following. Policy 5340, 5330.02, 7540.09, 8321, 5500, 3120.08, volume 39, number 1, Edgar UGG. Policy 6550, 7310, 6114, 6325, 7450, 6112, 4110, 6110, 6111, 3110, and 1130.
Thank you.
I didn't breathe.
I support. Oh.
Okay. Do you have any discussion?
What is 6114? Oh, and add in PO 6114. My apologies.
If you were reading from your sheet.
Yeah, I read it on the agenda.
Okay.
Sorry.
Any discussion? Okay, I would just like to thank the policy committee for all of their hard work and hours put into reviewing these policies and getting this done. I know it's been a lot of hard work, so thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Davidson,
Yes.
Shute,
Yes.
Mavis?
Yep.
Wilkes?
Yes.
Forsey?
Yes.
Meltzer?
Yep.
Eberstein?
Yes. Motion carries 7-0. And just so you all know too, because we suspended the policy, it automatically goes back into effect at our next board meeting. Communications. Board, do we have any comments?
I just want to say thank you to everyone for welcoming me and teaching me and letting me to be a part of this board and nominating me. And I've really appreciated the relationships I've built here and being a part of it. So thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll miss you.
I'll miss you guys too.
Thank you for being part of this wonderful group while you were here, and I understand why you did not want to go back through the process with your young family to make sure you can be everywhere you need to be, but I appreciate giving us the time that you did. I will say we attended the Christmas festival in town, and that was a wonderful day. I know I had to get rescheduled, but the band did a great job, and they had extra hands apparently come in because they were short some instruments. They had some additional helpers out there, but it was a good time, and we're looking forward to Christmas.
I'm okay with it.
Okay, Sarah?
Just try to get over the cold. That's all.
Great.
I hope you enjoy the cake that I put all the love and sincerity in that I can stand for you. Which I obviously did not bring one, sorry. No. But I want to plug AFDAC and their wrapping stuff. This is the second year I've used them. These folks are amazing. I think it's a wonderful way to just see people. Like, I don't go to the AFDAC meetings. I know that's an awful thing. I put it on record now. But to see the folks that are involved in it, to see all the hard work they put into it, it was just so wonderful. I mean, it saved so much time for me as somebody who's working and got kids and jobs and all that stuff. They did an amazing job. The kids are down there helping, which is even better to see, all the volunteer hours that they're putting in. So I think FDAG is doing an amazing job, so congratulations to those of you that are a part of that.
So this Friday, if you need your presents wrapped, bring them on. We'll be here 6 to 9.
Well, I just want to thank Shay for her service. It was a pleasure getting to know you. I'm really glad that you ran so that I did have that opportunity.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I'd like to welcome Gary as to be part of the board in January. And I just want to thank Lindsay for all her hard work and dedication and your staff. It's really nice coming to these meetings and hearing everybody's praise. So,
Yes.
thank you. Superintendent update?
Shay, thank you for your service and being my teammate for the last 5-6 months. I have learned a ton from you, and your support has meant the world to me. So thank you so much.
Ditto. Thank you.
Okay, so holiday concerts this week. We got a lot going on. Our 1st and 2nd grade holiday performance is on Tuesday at the primary. These are all at 7 p.m. Makes it really easy. So I'll be attending that one. And then on Wednesday, we have our middle school band performance. That's also at 7 p.m. and that's at the middle school. I'll be at that one too. And then Thursday is our high school one. That's at 7 p.m. There's a staff band. I'm not going to that one. But if you guys can make it to that one, that'd be awesome. Superintendent Evaluation Committee. We met in closed session on the 2nd, but just with transparency, I just wanted to say that I think that the way that we have things in place, we have our rubric for our evaluation tool, and we have a system and a folder set up for evidence. So as things trickle in, we're collecting that data as evidence towards the goals that the board and myself have for the superintendent position. And then Business and Finance Committee, we're meeting on the 6th how to talk more about the presentation so that you guys can ask tons of questions as needed. And then at the board meeting in January is when he'll give the presentation, and hopefully that, since we've got a lot on that agenda, that'll be smooth to have all your questions figured out by then. So graduation date, May 30th. That has gone out already and been communicated prior to Thanksgiving, but just as a reminder and formal invite, you should all have an invite on your calendar for that. We'll get graduation gowns and sizes and all that inventory figured out in the next couple months, but just wanted to put that on your radar. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to adjourn this meeting at 6:58.